How many times have you heard that the world is ending the Mayan calendar? Planet X. War. A rogue asteroid with our name on it. Every generation gets its own apocalypse story, and every generation watches that story quietly expire. But forget every one of those scenarios. Imagine the most optimistic version of our future. Humanity achieves lasting peace. Every disease is defeated. Our planetary defense systems are so advanced that no asteroid can even touch us. In this perfect, catastrophe-free world, the death sentence for Earth still stands. It is already written in the mathematics of stellar physics. No human ingenuity, no prayer can overturn it. The supercomputers at NASA running celestial mechanics simulations more than 400,000 times arrived at a cold mathematical verdict, year 1 billion, 2021. Exactly 1 billion years left for the biosphere. And the most terrifying part, Earth will not go out screaming in a fireball. It will suffocate quietly, slowly. In a silence so absolute, no living thing will be left to hear it. You and I hear nothing. But first, I need to make one thing clear to you. Put aside all the apocalyptic scenarios in the movie, because what we are about to witness is far more brutal simply because no one can stop it from happening. Buckle up, our time travel adventure begins. The clock has already started, and the first hands are moving somewhere you cannot see 3,000 kilometers beneath the ground, beneath your feet. Deep within the liquid iron outer core of this planet, the molten currents that generate Earth's magnetic field are losing their predictable patterns. The geomagnetic poles are drifting faster than at any point in recorded human history. Magnetic north is currently racing toward Siberia. Over the past 170 years alone, the global magnetic field has lost 9% of its strength. 9% in less than 2 centuries. The teams at ESA, monitoring data from the Swarm satellite constellation, are watching this process unfold in real time, measuring the slow fracturing of an invisible force field that most people on this planet have never once thought about. That field is the only reason you are breathing right now. Without it, the solar wind, a continuous stream of charged particles hurled from the sun at over 1.5 million kilometers per hour, would gradually shred the atmosphere the same way it stripped Mars down to a dead, irradiated desert roughly 3 billion years ago. NASA's MAVEN spacecraft has spent years in orbit around Mars, tracing exactly how that dismantling occurred. Mars lost its magnetic field. Then the solar wind stripped away its atmosphere. Then it stripped away its oceans. Then it moved on. And Mars has spent the last 3 billion years being slowly sandblasted into the rust-colored tomb we photographed today. The question that haunts the researchers at Goddard Space Flight Center is not whether Earth's shield is weakening. The data already answers that. The lingering question is this: how many civilizations across the galaxy discovered too late that the most important structure protecting them was the one they could never see? Now our time travel ship will step further into the timeline. 10,000 years, 100,000, 1 million. And watch Earth lose something even more fundamental than its shield. Watch it lose control of its own climate. The Ice Age is happening again, because the real climate controllers of this planet do not live here. They sit hundreds of millions of kilometers away. Enormous, indifferent. The gravitational forces exerted by Jupiter, 318 times the mass of Earth and Saturn, with its own colossal pull, continuously alter the eccentricity of Earth's orbit over cycles of roughly 100,000 years. This stretches our path around the Sun from nearly circular to a pronounced ellipse and back again, triggering ice ages and extreme warming periods with the mechanical precision of a clock that cares not for the life on the surface below. Astronomer Milutin Milankovitch calculated these cycles by hand, partly from a prison camp during World War I, working from first principles with nothing but mathematics and time. The cycles bear his name today. Deep underground, the tectonic plates are carrying out their own slow rearrangement. Geologists at the University of Sydney, who are modeling the next supercontinent, which they call Amasya, predict that over the next 100 million years, the Atlantic will begin to close. The Americas will drift toward Eurasia and Africa, and a single colossal landmass will form across the northern hemisphere. Every coastline you have ever seen on a map will be gone. Every mountain range you have ever photographed will be crushed and rebuilt elsewhere. The planet is not dying in this phase. It is simply restructuring with catastrophic indifference, erasing the entire surface geography of human civilization the way a hand erases chalk from a board. Then comes the era of beautiful losses. 100 million years from now, the most structurally precise object in the known solar system will be gone. Saturn's rings, that system of tens of thousands of individual bands made of ice particles maintaining their positions with mathematical exactness, are being slowly consumed by Saturn's own gravity. 10,000 kilograms of ice and rock rain into the planet's upper atmosphere every single second. In 100 million years, the most iconic structure in our solar system will be dust, and the gas giant will hang in the sky of wherever we are watching from, bare, with no rings, just another planet. As the solar system completes its 230 million-year orbit around the galactic center, it is diving straight into the high-risk zones of the Milky Way, the dense spiral arms. Think of these regions as cosmic minefields packed with massive dying stars. When our solar system cuts through them, two catastrophic triggers pull their markers. First, the intense gravitational pull of nearby stars destabilizes the Oort cloud, the icy outer shell of our solar system. It hurls millions of dormant comets directly inward toward Earth, turning our sky into a chaotic firing range. Second, the hyper-dense environment increases the odds of a nearby supernova explosion. If one detonates too close, it fires a lethal burst of gamma-ray radiation, physically stripping away Earth's ozone layer within seconds and exposing the surface to untamed solar radiation. Researchers at the University of Kansas didn't just find a correlation in the fossil record. They found the smoking gun of a cyclic executioner. The galaxy is not a quiet suburb. It is an active war zone, and the Earth is currently marching right through the crosshairs. Then comes the 1 billion year mark. The year 1,000,2021. This is where the physics stops being dramatic and becomes something closer to surgical precision. Now the Sun is a middle-aged star. As it fuses hydrogen into helium in its core, it slowly and steadily brightens. Over the next billion years, solar luminosity will increase by 10%. 10% doesn't sound like much, but in the context of planetary chemistry, it is a death sentence. As global surface temperatures rise even slightly, a geological process called silicate weathering accelerates. Rainwater slightly acidic from dissolved carbon dioxide reacts with exposed rock and permanently locks that carbon into carbonate minerals underground. The engineers who designed the models at NASA Ames ran this domino sequence thousands of times and arrived at the same endpoint every time. The atmosphere loses carbon dioxide faster than volcanoes can replenish it, and carbon dioxide is the fuel of all plant life on Earth. Once atmospheric CO2 drops below 150 parts per million, photosynthesis fails for the vast majority of plant species. Not gradually, not adaptably. It fails. The plant biosphere collapses. Oxygen production falls towards zero. Within tens of thousands of years, the oxygen concentration in the atmosphere plunges below 1%. The same oxygen that every animal, every insect, every microorganism that breathes it requires to function. Earth reverts to something resembling the Archean atmosphere of 2.5 billion years ago. Thick, hot, methane-heavy, oxygen-free. The oceans now exposed to an extra 10% of solar radiation with no plant cover to regulate the carbon cycle begin to evaporate. Water vapor rises into the upper atmosphere. Ultraviolet radiation splits the molecules. Hydrogen escapes into space. The oceans are gone. Earth becomes Venus. Not from a war, not from a mistake, not from an asteroid, plague, a political failure, or a weapon system. From the ordinary, patient, inevitable brightening of the star it has orbited for 4.5 billion years. The sun that gave every living thing on this planet its energy, its warmth, and its photosynthesis quietly becomes the instrument of the ending. It sounds sad, but remember that the supercomputer did not deliver a horror story. It delivered a physics problem. And there is only one solution, Lee. The response has already begun. Right now, a new space race between SpaceX and Blue Origin is not about corporate profit. It is a subconscious drafting of our evacuation plan. By year 1 billion, when Earth suffocates and dies, flesh and blood will be gone. But our descendants, the mechanical children of our tech, or whatever post-human consciousness we become, will survive elsewhere. And far beyond the reach of the dying sun, the Voyager probes will still carry our golden records through the interstellar dark. A mother's heartbeat, a child's laughter forever safe in the deep void. We are the only matter in the universe that looked at its own execution order and chose to fight it. The deadline is absolute. What do you think? Will there be a successful migration? Or will we truly succumb to the laws of nature? Leave your comments below. And this is a great topic suggested by our beloved audience. If you'd like to choose a destination for your next journey, suggest it, and we'll take you to see the world you want to see. Keep your senses open. Our journey continues. Out.